Alright, so I am back, and today we're going to be doing a rant of the week, and we're going to do some of the suggestions that were laid out in my questions video. Let's see. I'm going to go with Botcon prices and the official exclusives, like the cost of some of these some of these figures to come out. And it's, when I was, my collection's taken on many forms throughout the years, and there was a time where it's like, you know what, I'll pay that for certain things when it comes to like BotCon. And back in the day, some of the sets were pretty good. They, I can't remember the names of the sets, so bear with me. There's the one that had Dreadwind, Thundercracker, Dirge, Thrust, and Bug Bite in it. It's like there was a set that for me was a sought after set, and spending $500 or so on it, yeah, why not? I mean, it was expensive, but not crazy expensive. At the time, because classics had just gotten canceled, and all we got was Starscream, Ramjet, and Skywarp. So we didn't have the rest of the Seekers. So here comes this box set, and it's got the rest of the Seekers plus a couple of the characters, and it's like, all right. Yeah, there were a few quality control issues. I believe some people were getting like 2 left launchers, and other people were getting 2 right launchers. Some of the wings were a little bit loose on the Seekers, but for the most part, I hear it was a pretty good set. I had the Thundercracker. I spent $100 something on the Thundercracker. And nowadays, $100 on that Seeker, I would sit there and be like, no, that's not worth $100. But at the time, yes, most definitely worth it. Some of the sets, it's like when it first happened, the BotCon from not a couple years ago, I think it was, the Rainmaker set, it was like $90 for the 3, which is, even at 120, that still puts it in the range of the Asia exclusive reissues of the United, or of the classic Seekers that had the Aces and the Elites. So it's like stuff like that. All right, but then it's like in the Transformers Collector Club, it's like, okay, they do like your exclusive figure of the year that you get for signing up was like Runabout, and then you could purchase the other one if you're a club member, which was Run Amok. And it comes in that nice little box set where you could put both of them in there if you wanted to. It's like stuff like that. We're like, all right, that makes perfect sense. But then they get into this other crazy stuff, and it's like, and it's just in the past few years, from what I've seen, where it has gotten to the point of just like, are these guys just stupid with their pricing? I mean, it's like, okay, let's talk about the TFCC Scourge, which is a straight repaint, not even a remold, of the Reveal the Shield G2 Laser Optimus Prime. Okay. That Optimus Prime was released standard retail, so you got it for $15. The Scourge, on the other hand, about $100. Not worth $100. A black repaint of Optimus Prime is not worth $100. I mean, no, just absolutely not. Especially not a deluxe one. I mean, I could understand maybe an ultra class. I mean, I could get behind doubling the price, but that's just insane. And part of it is, part of the problem is the fan base. They pick, they make figures for the fans, and depending on how much the fan reaction is, they'll run to buy it, and then that'll make the price even higher. So I've got a Big Bad Toy Store pulled up. So we're gonna just kind of look up through some of these things. 2013 Botcon exclusive assembled class figure. So this is a repaint and slight retooling of the Warpath mold. Kind of like, it almost looks like a test shot of the Striker retool. This is on clearance for only $80. Okay, here's the 2014 Botcon exclusive Pirates vs. Knights box set. I can't remember what 2015's box set was. Alright, so this one we've got, let's see here. Devicon, right? Is that Devicon? Yeah. Knights Grane Cannonball from the Cybertron line. Ferric, which is a white repaint of Cyclonus, and then of course the Scorponok. Now, that seems okay or whatever, but it's $529.99. Okay, so it's like, for a lot of us collectors, like the Devicon, okay, he was in the cartoon, I'd get him. These three, probably not. The Scorponok, yes, but that'd be just until something better came along, because it's not the best Scorponok. So that's a lot of money for stuff like that. Let's see, 2014 Botcon exclusive Flame War, $96. I mean, really, for a repaint? Botcon exclusive Viacon Pounce and Wingspan. Now, this is a set that I would be interested in buying, but not at the price that they have listed at $135. That's insane. I would pick that up for $50. I'd spend $50 on that. That for me. That's what it would be worth. It's a different thing if a figure was released and now I'm trying to pick it up again, and it's been so long that it's just, the price has gone up, and it's just like, I could see that. But this is the prices that when they first came out they were released at. Okay, here's the 2015 box set, which is just hilariously named in my mind. Cybertron's Most Wanted box set, $500, and this has got Battle Trap, which I'll admit looks great. Pack Rat, which for some people, is a very undesirable figure. For me, I'd want to pick it up just because I'm a Beast Wars fan. But not enough for me to go buy the whole thing. I mean, the whole set form. Shattered Glass. And this doesn't make any sense. Why throw a Shattered Glass figure into the set? I mean, this is just 5 figures that are just randomly thrown in there. Shattered Glass Autobot Stepper. Which, I mean, I know there are fans of the mold, which is great. But it's like, you like Jazz, cool. You like Stepper, cool. But Shattered Glass Stepper, it's kind of like, that's a stretch for a lot of people, I would imagine. Decepticon leader Megatron, which is cool-ish. I can't remember what he was supposed to be. And Double Pretender Oil Master, which, admittedly, while it's not my cup of tea at all, it's pretty cool to have a, because they build an entire Pretender shell just for this box set. So I agree that's pretty cool. But is this set worth $500? To me, no. I know a lot of people would say yes, definitely, but for me, not at all. Let's see, General Optimus Prime and Sergeant Hound. What we got here is a repaint of Scoop and Roadbuster. So wait. So okay. All right. So I don't think I've ever actually looked at this. General Optimus Prime transforms from robot to off-road vehicle. It comes with a launcher, missile pod, pistol, rifle, cannon, rifle stock, cannon, rifle scope. All right. So that sounds like Optimus Prime is the Roadbuster. Sergeant Hound transformed from robot to a military jeep and comes with human Diaclone pilots. Dia and Klein. So is this supposed to be a military jeep? I don't think I've ever seen a jeep with a scoop shovel on the front. Oh, that's hilarious. But it's $140. Oh my god, that's $70 for a deluxe and $70 for a Voyager. That's way too much. I mean, they're really just they're stretching. Here's another set that I actually want. Not a I'd buy it at the right price. I want it. It's so expensive that it's unfeasible. But the 2015 Botcon exclusive set of 4 Wanderers, and it's got so what we got here is this is the Transmetal Waspinator color scheme, or Buzzsaw, if you will. It looks like these 3 are the repaints of the Waspinator mold in the color scheme of the one of the early Botcon exclusives. I think it was Games of Deception, where they used the Buzzsaw mold. Buzzclaw from the Fuser line. So it looks like they're all in that color, and it's like I would love to have a swarm of Waspinators. I would love that. Now, would I spend $240 for 4 deluxes? Absolutely not. I mean, good God, that is expensive. Okay. 2015 Botcon exclusive Zap Trap with Beat It. And this is a Legends class figure. These are $10 molds at $85. This is the problem I have with Botcon exclusives and other exclusives. Is they set these prices so high that you're sitting there like, why would people want to buy this? And apparently people do, because here we got 2016 Botcon exclusive Dawn of Predicus, the loose set for $400, pre-order sold out. And then the box set is $500, and it's like, that's just a bunch of repaints of Combiner Wars shit. I mean, seriously. Okay, here's Depth Charge, the 2013 TFCC exclusive, on clearance at $40. That's a price that I'm willing to pay. I mean, I don't really want that figure. I had it for a short period of time and not that impressed with it. The quality control on these things is also non-existent almost. But that's what I would spend on that. That is what I would spend on an exclusive deluxe figure. About $40. That's acceptable cost to me. So that'd be $120 for the 4 Waspinators. I would buy that in a heartbeat if I had the cash. But I don't have it right now. But I mean, I would buy that, like that. Not even a second thought. Here we go. The Beast Wars Termination box set. Now, this is a set that was going for $500 when it first came out, and I'm so glad I waited because I do want this set, but only for 2 figures, so it's still a little bit pricey. But at the same time, the loose set, which comes with the Voyager Obsidian, the Voyager Megaplex, yeah, the deluxe Striker, which I don't agree with. The Striker should be bigger than Obsidian, but whatever. And then we got, let's see, who's the other one? Let's see here. Hoist and Skywarp. Machine Wars. So these are essentially upscaled versions of Cyberjets for these two. And then Beast Machine's Love up here. And then this guy, which is just another figure. Current going price for this box set on Big Bad Toy Store is $180. That's acceptable. I accept that cost. I would. Because at $40 for the deluxe, you know, as I said, that'd be $120 for the 3, right? Yeah. And then you got 2 exclusive Voyagers, essentially also at $40 a piece. So we were talking $40 each. That is extremely acceptable to me. You got TFC or Transformers 2012 subscription breakdown at $34. I hear he's got horrible quality control, and these are all on clearance because nobody wants them. Here's that Scourge figure now down to $60. Because at $100 he's not worth it. $100 for deluxe. Think about that. Quality control is iffy at best. But I mean, they're so unpopular. They're all on clearance. We got clearances all over the place here. Thrustinators, $70. Car Zap, $60. It's like, who wanted Car Zap? Ruckus, he's going to be $80. $80 for a repaint of a Combiner Wars figure. Windsweeper, $80. Here's an exclusive repaint of Fall Cybertron Starscream on clearance for $73. And you can get it with a book for $78 or $77. You got a Trainbot Target Master Shoki? $90 to $100. Go Shooter, $100 for a repaint of, I don't even know who this is. Oh, the Gold Bug mold. Fuck that. That mold had quality control issues from the day it was first created. $100 for a deluxe. Again, I mean, and it's not even a good deluxe. I mean, see, and here comes the Botcon Seekers going up to $175. It's sold out, but that's where it landed. Creo 6-packs. I mean, Creons. For just the minifigures at $40. Good. Oh, man. I'm getting irritated here. Let's see here. Shattered Glass Soundwave versus Blaster with cassettes. These are repaints of the G1 figures and $150 at that. The G2 Starscream looks like it went for $90. Wow. Nickel, $80. And that's insane because they're the same fucking mold. Just like retools. Nothing new. But Starscream gets $10 more because of the fucking name. Tarantulas, $85. Here's the bludgeon figure, $95. Impactor, $85. Needle nose, $90. Spinster, $90. Good grief. Art Fire is on clearance. It's sold out, but it was on clearance to $100. Games of Deception they don't have a price on him. I mean, the quality on the figures, from what I've seen and from what I've held, has gone way down. The paint on them, the quality on the paint is, but they do add more paint detail to them. And this is coming from some people wonder why Botcon isn't going to be around much longer, and this is why. It's because some people really get excited about the exclusive figures, and I am a Beast Wars fan. I mean, it doesn't get much more fan base than that. I mean, I major Beast Wars fan, and yet this current box set that's going to be coming out soon, there's no way I'd buy that. None. I'm not going to spend $400 to $500 on that set. Not for the Triperdicus Rise of Triperdicon or whatever they're calling it. If I want a good fucking combiner with good paint, good plastic quality, good transformations, and an ingenious combine mode, I'm going to buy the Beast Wars Triperdicus, who's able to pull off a better transformation than all 5 of those figures with only 3. Because that's how many people are in Triperdicus. Hence the name Triperdicus. Triperdicus. 3 figures. That's who it was. I'm getting irritated at the wrong points here. If that set was like $150, then I would buy it just so that I could review it and have some fun with it. Just like the Unite Warriors. Because, okay, think of the cost. Just think of the cost of the current set that's coming out. All right. Start out with how much a Combiner Wars figure costs in store. U.S. stores. Okay, $15 for each deluxe, plus $25 for the Voyager. All right. So we got $60 for the deluxes together, and so $85 altogether for the 5 figures. 5 figures, $85. Acceptable. More than acceptable. Very acceptable. I mean, that is the golden ticket right there for you. I mean, ideally, you want something with higher quality than that, but that's a different story altogether. Because it's like, yeah, this guy's going to be better than any of the Combiner Wars figures put together, but he's also a $100 figure. So, am I going to sit here and say, who's better? Of course, he's better, but that's because you pay a higher cost for him. But this is not what the point is here. So, the point is, okay, so that's an acceptable cost. $85 for a deluxe, or for, 4 Voyager, or 4 deluxes and a Voyager. Okay. I'm perfectly okay with this. You go up to about $130 and you get the Takara version. Better paint, better quality, better plastics. And you sit there and you're like, you know what? This is okay. A little bit more money, but I'm getting a better quality product. Then we get into the Botcon set. If you want to buy it in a box, you buy the set in the box. You're talking $500. $500. $500. And you're getting a product that is a little bit lower quality than Hasbro. Better paint, but not quite as good as applied. And you're getting characters that are very, very, very niche. You know, there's a very small niche of fans that are going to be really interested in this set. These are going to be the fans that want the Beast Wars figures that aren't in Beast modes. I mean, that is such a small niche of people out there. I mean, I know it's sold out, but probably a lot of those people that sell it out are buying it so that they can resell it later on. Now, for the same price of this Botcon set, you can get all of the MMC Predacons. Well, close to them. I think you'd be short a little bit. You could get the Unique Toys Abominus. For $400 right now, Big Bad Toy Store has on sale Warbitron Bruticus for $400 with the little mini Shockwave figure. $400. You're talking $100 less than the Botcon exclusive set. You're getting bigger, better figures, you know, better quality, better paint, better designs, bigger combined mode, better posable combined mode. You don't have to deal with the stupid hand-foot things. What else could you buy? You could buy, for the same price, you can get 5 members of the Toy World Devastator. You could buy I see them go for $300 to $400 now. You could buy Giant. You could buy, let's see, you could buy 5 G2 Superions. Qualities. I mean, stuff like that just boggles my mind. You can buy 2 Takara Devastators. Bigger, better, higher quality, better plastic. Let's see, what else? TFC Superion. You can get him. TFC Defensor. TFC Predaking. You can get 2 Unique Toys Predakings. And if you're building if you're building Combiner Wars figures, the Unique Toys Predaking fits in perfect for the scale. So you could hypothetically buy 2 sets of the Unique Toys Predaking, and the goal of the Botcon set is really to show you, or to build you the hierarchy of the Predacon Nation. And what better way to build the hierarchy of the Predacon Nation than by having Predaking as the king, because he founded the Predacon Nation. So why spend $500 on that shit when you can buy Unique Toys Predaking for far less? I think they're down to $250, something like that. You can buy 2 of them. You know, one for combined mode and one for bot modes. You could... the price there boggles me. $180 for the Machine Wars set. That makes me actually regret buying something yesterday and want me to go back in time and buy that instead. That is an acceptable cost. If these box sets were under $200 or $200 tops, then I'd be sitting there saying, you know what? I think you got something there, Hasbro. You know, or Botcon or whoever. I know they're supposed to be exclusive figures and they could demand a higher price, and that's fine. Let's talk about doubling the price. Because a Botcon exclusive set of Combiner Wars figures, if they're $85 for the Combiner Wars standard, then we're still talking $170 for a Botcon exclusive. I would say $170 is okay. Doubling the price is fine. Quadrupling it? No. I mean, $100 for deluxe just doesn't fly. These are official products. So, I mean, and now third parties are starting to show where that line is. You know, a lot of third parties were jacking up the price on figures, making them not worthwhile. But I mean, let's talk about like the worst of the worst with the third parties. You know, I mean, yeah, there's still some that are out there that like, oh yeah, we're gonna throw a random price out there, and it's just like, what? But this iGear was one of the worst ones when they first started. They had their Legends Huffer and Legends Sea Spray, $20 shipped from China. That's a pretty good price, but at the time it was still 4 times as much as a regular Legends figure. And that's, you know, today, by today's standards, you know, that's acceptable. They're bigger mini bots like these guys. Those were going for like $40 to $50. You know, $40 for these ones, and as they got a little bit bigger, they'd go up to $50. Now, that's a cost, you know, for a deluxe, as about 3 times as much as deluxe. But we were talking about a third-party product, and these were also shipped. So I'm sitting there like, oh, it's like, how bad is that iGear was notorious for upcharging figures and then selling you ones that are painted properly later on down the road, which Hasbro does as well. Look at all the Seekers until they did the Unite Seekers, and finally it's like, oh, that's what the proper Seekers are supposed to look like. Don't get me started on those damn Masterpiece Seekers. $200 for a Masterpiece Seeker. But my point is that, you know, I know there's a lot of people out there that would be sitting there saying, I'm an official collector. I do not buy I do not buy third parties. So your argument's invalid because of that. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But $500 is way too much for what you're getting out of these box sets. Just way too much. You're not getting your value. You know, you got to be prepared for quality control issues. You got to be prepared for mold degradation, because and that is so sad too, because this is the fan-based, you know, this is the fan service that Hasbro's trying to provide, and they're putting the shit figures out. They don't care about the quality control. They don't care about the paint quality. They're just trying to make a buck off of it, and it shows is the point. But even if you are an official collector, you will not buy third parties. So let's say you don't want to buy a Masterpiece either. You're a chug collector. All right. Don't buy the set still. You know, you could go on eBay and find the original Triperticus for about $100. Originally, he was $20. And he's a better combiner than any of the Combiner Wars stuff. Trust me, he's awesome. I'm going to get one at some point to review it. I think Bricks on the Dollar just reviewed him, and I've been meaning to watch that. So, but yeah, he awesome combiner. About the size of an Ultra class figure, so current leader class size. You know, it'd be a different story if Botcon would have. This is the last year for Botcon, and probably the last year for Fun Pub in general. I believe that's what I heard. But you know, if it is, so be it. Whatever. Who cares? I'm not gonna miss them. I'm not. You know, just like if, you know, certain third-party companies were to close up shop, I'm not going to miss them. If Hasbro closed and stopped putting out the shit on the shelves that are cheap that I could review and give a hard time, I would be upset. You know, because sometimes they release something that's really shitty, and I really like giving it a hard time. Other times it releases things that surprise me on how good it is. If Takara closed up shop and stopped making Masterpiece, I would be upset. If Perfect Effect closed up shop, stopped making whatever the fuck they're making, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't. If Unique Toys closed up shop, as much as I love them, I probably wouldn't care either, because DX9 would still be open. If both of them closed, then I'd be upset. If MMC closed, I would be upset. But Fun Pub, Botcon exclusives and stuff like that, no, they didn't close. I don't care. I mean, they're overpriced. They're not the best quality. Quality control is, sometimes you sit there and you look at it, it's like, is it even existing here? Paint, while it's better, is not as applied as well from all the figures I've seen. And it just all around boils down to something that's not very fun. I don't like it. And yeah. It'd be a different story if they were putting out, figures that filled gaps. Like I said, like I started at the beginning of the video, with the Botcon set that gave us the last 3 of the Seekers. Gave us Bug Bite, gave us Dreadwing or Dreadwind. I can't remember who that was. But they gave us those figures, and at the time it was for a worthy price. Even overpriced as it was worthwhile because you're completing that set. So it's like stuff like that. I will sit there and say, okay, hell, the Shattered Glass set. I'll say, okay, that is a very small niche again. But I really think they should be focusing on giving us stuff that we don't have. Things that we could definitely use in our collection. Like, hypothetically, if that box set were to come with 2 Masterpiece Seekers as Thrust and Dirge, and that's all it came with, for $400, I'd probably buy it. If it came with all 3 of the Leader Seekers retooled into cone heads, I'd probably buy that. Maybe $300. If it was about $300. Or if they did $300 and just did straight repaints into the Rainmakers, I'd probably buy that. I'd be pretty happy with that price. They just have to make sure that they're putting out figures that are worth the upcharge. If it's worth the upcharge, then I would buy it. I don't know about everybody else, but that's my big policy. It's like, $500 for that Machine War set, where basically the only figures I'm really wanting out of it is Obsidian and Striker. Getting the other 2 Jets is a bonus. So that's 4 figures that I'm getting out of the set. $500 is not worth those things. Not at all. $180. Yeah, definitely. Had they done a box set, let's say hypothetically, box set, Striker. Okay, Obsidian using the same mold that he's using. All right, I'm not a fan of that mold for him, but I'll accept. I think the first movie Incinerator mold would have been better, but anyway. So we got Obsidian. Then we get. Let's do a retool of the Universe Onslaught as Striker. Okay? Alright. There we go. We're on the right page right now. Alright. Then let's do a heavy remolding of... I can't even think about it. But let's say we start with those 2, and then we get a heavy remold of somebody for Tankor, heavy remold of somebody for Thrust, or hell, even a repaint of the original Thrust. He wasn't that bad. Just make sure you get proper head. Or how about just making that smaller ones bigger. And then Jetstorm. Get those 5 figures in a box set for $500. I'd say, you know what? I would buy that for $500. But the critical part would be is that they'd have to be heavy remolds. They can't just be straight repaints. It doesn't always work that way. There'd have to be heavy remolds of things. And I would accept heavy remolds. Because that means they're putting effort into it. The prices that they're charging, you'd think that they're having the highest premium paint jobs. Heavy remolds, if not brand new molds, for the figures. I mean, I would definitely pay $500 for a box set of 5 deluxes if they were all brand new molds that never get used again. $100 a mold, I would spend that for, a deluxe that no one else is ever going to see again. This is the only time it's going to be used. I would definitely pay for that. I'd be ecstatic about something like that. But $500 for repaints that are just subpar. That's nothing new. I mean, that's what we're getting in the stores. Why should we pay so much more to get it in a box set on a fan base? I mean, seriously, it's just what we're getting. It was a different story years ago when, we weren't getting repaint after repaint after repaint like we are now. It's like, yes, we've always dealt with repaints. All Transformer history. There's always been repaints. But Combiner Wars had put it into a perspective of this is bad because every single figure that comes out now is a repaint or slight retool, and it's just repaint. And now that's all we're going to get with the TFCC figures and the Botcon figures. Just repaints. Like I said, we get that in the stores any day. I can walk in there and get whatever random repaint is on the shelf. So it's like, I'm not going to spend $500 for 5 repaints. I'm not going to spend $100 on a Combiner Wars figure. Period. That's just not going to happen. They're not that good. Anyway. So what are your guys' thoughts on the overpriced Botcon figures and other official exclusives? I mean, even third party doesn't do that. I mean, I think they did a repaint of him for one of the shows, and he was like $50, something like that. So it was about twice the price, $50-$60. Let's say this guy was $40. Could you imagine him being $200? Would anybody buy that? Ever? No. And we're expected to do that with the Botcon exclusives and just smile and take it? No. That's just no. Anyway, I guess that's it. So what are you guys' thoughts on it?